Hi everyone, my name is Bill. I used to have multiple personality order, but we're okay now. I was up until 1:30 this morning preparing a 2-hour presentation, and sorry, I'm going to let you have it. But I'll condense it.
Where are we going?
Street children. Problem with street children is, yes, there are people and they are on the street and they need help. But there's a lot more that's involved in street children being on the street. By definition, they are not at home, they are not in school. And the problem with not being in school is that they grow up to be illiterate adults. And so you have this cute street child that comes to your car window and you give him money, give him food, give him clothes, give him blankets because he's cute. He grows up. When he's 18, 19, 20 years old, he comes to your car window, he's not cute anymore, he's frightening. You wind up the window. He's not getting any more money or clothes or food or any other help. He becomes an habitual criminal. By feeding children on the street, by giving them money on the street, we are breeding a generation of criminals. It is imperative that we must get street children off the street. We must get them back into either their own home, if their own home is safe, if their own home is appropriate, if their own home is not safe for them to go back to. We have to provide a home for those children to go into so that they can go back to school, so that they can become educated, so that they can provide for themselves when they're older and not be career criminals. Let's take a thumbsuck figure of 100,000 rand to get one street child off the street, back home, back into school. Hands up all those who think that's a lot of money. I'm the only one who thinks it's a lot of money. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. A few other people also think that's a lot of money.
I'm a counsellor, so that's another one.
I'm also on the steering committee of the National Initiative to address overcrowding in South African prisons. At our last meeting, a figure of 233 rand was quoted as being the cost of keeping one prisoner in prison for one day. Doesn't sound like a terrible amount of money, not compared to 100,000 rand. But if we divide 100,000 rand by 233 rand a day, we're looking at about 15 months in prison. And then we have blown that 100,000 rand. And if that child has become a career criminal, he's going to spend a lot more than that in prison. It makes economic sense, if nothing else, to spend the money and get the kids off the streets, get them back home, get them into schools. It's not an option, we must do it. Now, many of the organizations that deal with street children work at feeding them, perhaps helping them with food and clothing, feeding schemes, soup kitchens, things like that. iCare in Johannesburg started off as Tembeletu Ministries, doing just that. And that is as far as we went. Then iCare, based in Durban, came along and wanted to expand and took over the operation of Tembeletu Ministries and added 2 more critical phases to the work that we do with street children. In addition to giving them food, we also work with them on a daily basis at the drop-in centre in Brixton. As we work with them, we assess them. We give them counselling, we have group sessions, we motivate them to want to get off the street. And when we see that they are ready to actually take the next step, we have a very important second phase, 3-month rehabilitation program. And we put them through that. It's more of a social rehabilitation than substance abuse, although a lot of the boys do sniff glue. Some of them use dacha. Not many of them use anything stronger, thankfully. But we take them for 3 months, a very intense rehabilitation program. During that time we do a home visit. We go check out their home situation, whether it's Rustenburg, Secunda, wherever it is, we go there, we visit the family, we assess the family situation. If the family situation is healthy, after that second phase rehabilitation program, we take the child back to his home. We pay the school fees, we pay for uniforms, we pay for books, we get the child back into school. We keep on following up month after month. Is the child still going to school? Do they need more books? Do they need more clothes? We take them food parcels. One of the reasons children run away from home is poverty. So we help to alleviate the poverty to keep the child in school. If the home situation is not healthy, that is then where we look at placing the child in a children's home or whatever. But we once again pay the school fees, pay for books to get the child back into school. If the child has missed too much schooling, we provide vocational training, bricklaying, welding, plumbing, whatever, so that the child can support himself when he grows up without turning to crime. So what we do is we start off by meeting the children on the street. We have teams who go out driving around the city of Johannesburg, driving around the city of Durban, looking for children on the street, making contact with them, building the relationships. We invite them back to the drop-in center. We start making friends. We start working with them. And we take them through the entire program until they become self-supporting adults. Ladies and gentlemen and others, I include myself in the others, that is the way that it must happen. If you take a child off the street, put him into a home without addressing anything else, couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months at best, he's out and he's back on the street. We must rehabilitate. Once we have rehabilitated, we still need to provide the support mechanism to help that child go to school and become ultimately a productive member of society. Ladies and gentlemen and others, that's the only way that we have seen it works. The 3-phase approach: meet the children on the street, rehabilitate them, and then take it through until they are able to support themselves. Thank you.